start with some of the
Sindel, la primera de todas, vamos a ver.
about her in this game is she has these cool VFX, like this purple energy, and then the use of.
Eso es el atracírculo, supongo. Hostia, tiene alcance de cojones. Eso es una especial, asumo. 145 es especial,
She
¿eh?
has really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical long hair. And there's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. First is
Ah, no, no es una especial, coño.
kind of takes out of the page.
Supongo, eso supongo que será overhead.
Main mid-range tool you want to use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes. And it's pretty quick, but it has a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air.
Hoy la verdad es que se ve whiskas este directo, ¿eh? La calidad es un poco... Wassel, colega. Va a 10 frames.
Or she could just do it by itself, go in for a throw.
That's a wrap.
Thank you. Go for this cool low. Or one of her block strings.
Y eso tiene una pinta de vender increíble, ¿eh?
Back two, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it, or you can do back two by itself and actually be airborne. Let's go over the
Hostia.
special moves. We'll start with
Ese golpe está bien en la trap 2, ¿eh?
the iconic quintessential symbol.
Hostia, sin mejorarlo, te aturde, ¿eh?
Stuns. They can't hear anything for a while. She's gonna get a free hit. You can kind of do it at mid-range if you.
¿Lo puedo hacer varias veces? Me ha parecido ver.
Not blocking. Like I said, it's great to hit confirm. It's
With
just
punish.
exactly.
I just
right.
throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball, low hairball.
Which is
¡Guau!
Yes, that's canonical.
¡Guau, qué rápido es ese bajo, loco!
Air hairball. New to this game is it's a
Buah, te va a
straight-
zonear que flipas esta cabrona, ¿eh?
It is not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it.
¡Guau!
Her EX versions have some interesting properties. So,
Puta madre.
straight one, oops, the straight one will actually eat up fireballs.
¿Qué coño?
Use a bar meter or zoning war, you'll actually beat out their projectile. And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning.
No, no, Cetrión, pues...
Actually a hit that will pop them up. Means in the
Pues no te diría que no.
you can do cool stuff. Like, get a combo. Oh my god.
No te sale, ¿eh? Es difícil el combo de los
Here we
huevos.
go. Maybe I don't still have it.
I think it's good.
Thank you. So it kind of, it's neat. It turns this pure zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So two different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use
Oof.
it with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel, the overhead, straight from MK9. If you EX it, it has armor, it's really good up close, it's great as a wake-up attack, you can use it after moves like this, you can mix it up with low, her sweep, and a really fun down three. Look at that.
So like for me when I play against you,
Joder, qué alcance, loco.
one of the moves is a mid, the other is overhead.
Exactly.
They look different, but you have to
Yes.
you can't be on autopilot.
Right. And then lastly, she has the classic levitate, which she can float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, we can standing low fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
Right.
Wow.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example,
Puede cancelar movimientos, menos mal. Ya hacía falta un personaje que cancelase movimientos, colega.
back to
Buah.
airborne, go into flight, and if you EX it, it's actually significantly faster.
Wow.
She has some true block strings that they won't be able to interrupt.
Got it.
Now let's talk about how this can play into her cameo. I have chosen, oops, set it to all. I have chosen Serena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually.
Serena de cameo. A ver.
So her first attack is the blade. It's a very quick projectile. You can see the cooldown.
Hostia, te digo que ser rápido ya.
Then she also has Kia's blades. She goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back. And this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff.
Te puedes mover mientras hace eso, ¿no? Sí, míralo, madre de Dios. La puta madre, chaval.
That did look fun.
It is fun.
And she can really get up in the air.
Yes.
In a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
in a
I
lot
mean,
of
yeah.
ways.
Hostia puta, eso mete mucha presión, ¿eh?
Her demon up kick, which is a great wake up attack. It's invincible. It's really quick. You can also use it as an anti-air. And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more. So she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She puts this rune on the ground, and while the opponent is standing in it,
Le quita la barra de especial, ¿eh?
to debuff,
Eso creo. Sí, le quita la barra especial.
is being drained. Pretty quick,
Yeah,
you can
pretty
see.
fast.
Yeah. Now this is an ambush move, which means you
Hostia,
can
qué
do it
putada
while
más grande.
Sindal's doing other actions. So for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Oh, there's a lot of setups there.
Yeah, so you can imagine you can use that in the corner, in the middle of your combo, have her coming out, drain your meter, stuff like that. She could even do nasty stuff like drain your meter so you can't
Es buen
do your
cameo,
combo in the middle of your combo.
She's not going to like breakers very much.
She does not, which is let's maybe get into that a little bit more.
Soy Toby Warburg, muchas gracias por la Prime.
Sindel has a couple of moves using the cameo system. So, you know, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, you know, what the kids would say is Riz.
Oh, they would say that.
Thank you. And, you know, she could use that to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with
A ver.
this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown, it will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally, this move's already
¿Qué cojones? Mira cómo le sube la barra del cameo, tú, enseguida.
She gets
Lo tiene todo el rato, ¿eh?
faster cooldown. She can basically do that like almost indefinitely. So you can turn what normally would be kind of
Madre
a
de Dios.
move into something that you can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones like Kia's Blades to have a pretty long cooldown. It's significantly faster when she has that active.
Hostia puta,
Stuff
loco.
up there.
Correct.
There is some, there, yeah.
Correct. But once she gets going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to brave,
A ver.
they will be stunned.
Hostia puta.
Set instead.
No puede romper cuando mejora esa mierda, ¿eh?
Have the move active. The opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya actually is like, gets the little head and, you know, oh my god, I'm confused. And your breaker is not just disabled.
Vaya
Once you
putada,
get
loco.
stunned, they popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
O sea, tiene muchas cosas, ¿no? Este personaje.
No breakers allowed.
Hostia puta, parece que todos los de la beta estén a medias y esté a,
Another
no sé.
really interesting move I'd like to show. So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example, I will call it out, and Sonya is actually dizzy.
Yep.
If Sindel is in
Pero
the
¿cuántos
middle of
especiales
the
tiene este personaje, colega?
while the cameo's out, so you have to do it on a read. The cameo is stunned for this entire length of time.
Bueno, aunque leer eso ya te digo yo que va a ser un poco complicado.
There's also an EX version. With this version, Sonya will leave the screen and I gain control of her. And I actually
Hostia.
have free use of either of the cameo's moves of my choosing. So for example, I now have Square Wave. And
And
that use of
you can pick
cameo-
any of them.
Correct.
Not just
Any
the one
of
they were
Sonya's
doing.
moves. Right.
Got it.
I have control over it for a pretty good amount of time, and it does not cost any kind of cooldown or anything. So you could actually do stuff like
Se lo puedes robar, tú.
you could summon Sonya to start leg grab to go into a combo, and then go into Serena's demon-like anti-air move to end the combo if I wanted. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo if you wanted to.
People are gonna have some fun in training mode on this one.
Yeah, it's really, really neat, and it's something that's gonna, you know, how effective.
Puedes robarle el cameo y usarlo una vez.
on what the opponent's cameo is.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah,
Do we want to
Y luego el tuyo.
fatal blow? Is that
I
all?
think that's the best way we can finish,
Let's
right?
do it.
Madre mía.
I love how the hair gets all
Oh yeah, the
crazy.
big.
¡Hala! Le ha roto el esfínter Cell. No tiene pito, Liu Kang.
That is a nasty one.
Oh my god.
Leg pull, I feel that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's definitely amongst the
Joder.
most brutal in the game, I think.
pretty bad. Pretty.
Hostia, que lo he quitado sin
Good.
querer.
Good bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. Cool.
Voy a quitar mi cámara.
You want to move on to Rain?
I think so.
Again, as we were talking about Sindel, who does Rain? Who plays Rain? What players play them?
I think Rain's always been kind of a flashy character that appeals to people that like to hit buttons.
Yeah.
Rain's, though, quite a bit different.
Un poco broken, no lo sé si estará broken, según cómo lo use la gente.
In this game,
Es que no sé, herramientas tiene, obviamente, pero leer que va a sacar el cambio para robárselo es un poco jodido, ¿eh?
High Mage in Sindel's court.
O sea, hacer una lectura de eso y
substantially changed.
tal,
There's little
es un poco jodido.
hints and FUD nods to the previous versions of Rain, like you'd expect,
Right.
but he's gonna be one of them more.
Además que te puede llevar un contraataque de la hostia, ¿eh? Es que es muy según.
So,
And like we've done in the new era, like all the characters will have.
Me parecía que lo de Johnny Cage estaba roto, de lo de la estrellita y demás, y recargarla a veces es un riesgo que flipas, activarlo.
yes.
Bueno, se puede activar en mitad del combo, pero
He probably has like mostly new moves to go with his new role, like his new power set. It's pretty neat. So let's check it out.
Let's do it.
A ver, Rain.
Right off the bat, he has a new weapon.
Range Striker.
His wizard staff, and he uses it in most of his normal.
Rain tiene un diseño también muy guapo,
He
¿eh?
is definitely now much less of a physical fighter than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage, and he uses it in
Va con el bastón solo, parece ser, ¿eh?
a couple normals. I really
No pega hostia. Bueno, sí, la patada aérea, pero...
Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely.
I
the
love
coolest
the
thing.
kick up,
It's-
the
it's
kick up.
so good.
Es
And you
alto.
notice the water leaves the top,
Overhead.
and then comes back to the top.
Right. I absolutely love it. So let's start off with a couple normals I really wanted to show. His forward 2, forward 2, 1, 3 is this like really good range mid, pretty quick.
Joder.
Also got forward 3, which is an overhead.
Overhead.
Double overhead.
Dos overheads.
Pop up. That'll be one of
Oh, este personaje va a ser bueno, ¿eh? Tiene dos overheads bastante rápidos.
And then one other normal I really wanted to show.
Tiene dos overheads, eso significa que combinado con...
Even though he's
con la
a
esta-
ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Si la combinas... Si combinas a este con...
Now this is an
Frost.
interesting one because if you hold it,
Va a ser increíble, ¿eh? Porque dos overheads... O sea, es un 50-50 total que puede combinar perfectamente, ¿eh?
out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
There you go. See, I'm good.
Bastante bien.
And let's check out his throw, which is a nice nod to the classic water bubble. He goes in with you and then
Qué
he
guapo.
bursts out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
Está muy chulo, este mapa
So
encima me
he
gusta
has
mucho.
some really interesting,
Creo que es mi favorito de todos los que han mostrado.
some might even call him a premier zoner. And let's start with his straight projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly quick, and has some
Bueno,
interesting
really
range.
quick, es bastante lento, pero... ¿Que tú lo dices?
He gets a full knockdown. He can actually hold it down and get a stagger,
Es alto, ¿eh?
and you can actually cancel out of this hold down. So you can mix up.
Lo puedes cancelar, menos mal, tío, te lo juro. Hoy estaba pensando, no hay cosas que puedas cancelar en este juego y ahora,
Keep the opponent guessing.
ahora veo que sí.
When you have a projectile like that that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Jump.
jump, and that's not going to be super effective because he has
Uf,
anti-air.
por si salta.
And this has a
Este
very
personaje
good
también
that
zonea bastante,
actually
¿eh?
allows him.
Es un personaje bueno, por lo que veo. Tiene starters buenos.
So I think it's pretty cool. Again, it makes a full, full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool up close. Now, one thing would be, well, what happens if they're using projectiles against him? And he has a water bubble where he surrounds himself in water,
Uf.
and any projectile is going to be negated.
¿Y te puedes mover mientras tienes eso?
The water bubble.
No.
This is
Lo
something
deja en el
you set
suelo.
up, go behind,
Oh, okay.
go in the middle of.
Works as a shield.
Exactly. But if you EX it, it surrounds him. and
Eso está bien.
Kind of
Pero dura poquito, me cago en la puta.
So then you can go in, do his lows, do his overhead, all that good stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants.
Hostia,
And
esto...
you can actually warp through him.
Eso es muy multiversus
So
el Rick,
here,
¿eh?
go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get back in.
Okay.
And then you can go straight into combos, fun stuff like that. Now, once you've established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the Whirlpool.
Sí, no sé qué pasa, que han configurado mal el directo y se ve el juego whiskas, ¿eh? No se ve ni a 60 frames, ya lo digo yo.
They get popped up for combos.
Hostia. No me he dado cuenta si era bajo eso.
The top of his staff and
Yes,
throws it down.
it is
Really cool.
so cool.
Es bajo, sí. Hostia puta, loco, ¿eh?
Another move he has
Tiene unos setups de la hostia este puto personaje, ¿eh?
is a pretty good advancing special he can 2 and 1 into, and if he EX it has armor. So it's a good
Tiene unas cosas bastante buenas, ¿eh? Este personaje es bueno de cojones, ¿eh?
and I think it'll be one of his best combo enders.
Yo creo que es mejor que Sub-Zero, ¿eh?
Lastly, one more awesome full range move that kind
En
of
el
shows
tema de
you
combos y demás, tiene pinta de que va a molestar mucho más que Sub-Zero. Wow.
So cool.
and this is a move that he can actually hold
Se puede cargar, tú.
or cancel and just drop down. So you can do stuff like you're doing your water ball and what's called a fireball, and it's literally the opposite of that. Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down. You can set up, you can do all kind of stuff. Set up portals,
Me mola mucho.
doing that Thunder God move, cancel it, go through the portal, just all kind of options full screen. I think he's going to be a really interesting character to kind of freeze them up full screen to get in and start doing his mix-ups. And speaking of the mix-ups, let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him
A ver, Striker,
because
¿cómo es?
I think a cop teaming with a wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal Kombat, right?
Qué guapo está, la verdad. Muy buen personaje.
He has his grenade toss, straight out of MK3.
Es rápido,
Comes in, throws the double grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while
Medio.
his attacks. So you can do stuff like you're doing your straight water beam while he's doing his grenades. They can also aid you in combos. So you can do stuff like
Hostia puta, tú, qué guapo.
Got it.
Striker also has a set of baton moves. He's got Cop Bop,
Toma.
comes in and does an overhead,
Menudo overhead más rápido, loco.
and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So, great
Got access
example.
to both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
So, one thing you could do, you got your overhead, the opponent's stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up.
Parece que eso no vende, ¿eh? Encima.
Sweep them. But you can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low. Then they get used to the timing. They're like, oh, I'm one of these like Ninja Killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like
Wow.
Cop Bop. Mix
Got
it up. So just from this 50-50,
Pero en definitiva yo creo que es mejor Frost, ¿eh? Frost te la lía. O sea, como te dé el bajo Frost, se acabó. Tienes un combo ahí de la hostia.
all you have to do. And like a
Al final esto es solo un golpe. No me gusta Striker de cameo, la verdad. No le veo mucha utilidad.
Striker has one more
Más que para restar un poco de vida. En plan, engañar un poco y poco más. Lo otro, por ejemplo, Frost, como falles el cubrirte, se acabó.
Striker
A ver, sí que es cierto que es más rápido, pero
it handcuffs you.
eso sí que...
Gives you a reset.
Eso sí que, wow.
Then you get a bunch of advantage and you can go for a mix up.
Okay.
So you get into your combos with a handcuff move, then go in and continue your offense. So like you could
Eso
start
sí que es
a combo
bueno.
with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Got it.
It's super
That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah. So I think that's
Eso sí que es putada.
Rain and Striker, and I maybe go into his Fatal Blow.
Let's take a look.
And I'll just say Striker is my favorite Fatal Blow.
Okay.
A ver. Wow. Está guapo.
All right. That was Rain.
Yep.
Por ahora los dos personajes que han mostrado,
Awesome.
He's definitely
muy
not one
buenos.
step.
No.
Muy buenos.
Moves.
Muy buenos.
Salty.
Nice.
Let's move on. We're gonna talk about General Shao now, a character that I'm.
A ver, Shao Kahn, porque Shao Kahn creo que de los tres es el que pinta mejor, A ver.
Yep.
He's still big and bruising. He's just the general now.
He's just a general. He is not the Emperor.
Right.
He's got a new weapon.
Porque tiene una pinta de que se puede hacer un montón de mierda con él que flipas.
I wouldn't say in the same vein as like a Kenshi,
Right.
but definitely when he has axe in his hand, axe out of his hand. When it's out of his hand, be careful when you're near the axe. That's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look at how he works. So, big thing, just to show, this is kind of.
Rain tiene poderes porque es semidios, que yo sepa. Creo que es un semidios,
He's a powerhouse.
¿no?
This is back two. It has advantage. So if you're blocking, don't want to push any buttons probably.
Yeah, I was just
Mierda, han quitado que se puede ver los overheads o los bajos y demás.
Great move there. This is a really quick, kind of almost get a little distance to it too. Like I can get you from there. Like really nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like how his kick attacks are just either uses axe or he's just huge big boots.
Just like
Yeah,
standing
just-
big boot.
Claro, ahora Rain no es semidios, supuestamente. Pues no lo sé, supongo que la historia lo explicarán.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo in anything, but
¿Verdad? Tiene menos vida el puto Shao Kahn, tiene 950, buen dato, Sout, la verdad.
I'm sure we'll come back to those later as well.
Right.
Tiene menos vida Shao Kahn, Eso significa que va a estar rotito,
His special move, the one that
No me he fijado en los demás, pero...
encapsulates what he is Power Strike. He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. You have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Boom.
Okay.
Now,
Es que puedas dejar el hacha en el suelo y hacer cosas, a ver. Está bastante guapo,
Back one.
Nice.
Hostia puta.
He also, and I get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. And some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So here's his throw. While we're at it, let's just show the, Mataro as well. And then with the axe, he just bangs in the face with the axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So
Está guapo, qué diferencia.
Well, that was the immediate break. He's got a full screen projectile. Now, if you're close, you can. Sorry about that. You can do some.
No, entra en combo eso.
of this.
Pops up. Nice.
Right. He has a buff. This makes your axe powers do more damage. You can
Okay.
also meet
Uf, este va a ser el nuevo Kotal Kahn, va a reventar de daño,
big move in his arsenal that also leads to a
Bueno,
lot
aunque
of
Kotal Kahn ya... O sea, Shao Kahn ya ha reventado,
armored launcher is his knee.
Wow, eso es rápido,
He's in, kind of makes me think of the MK3 like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But if you EX the knee, you get a free power slam after that. So you can do like that.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
this axe is on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back.
Tampoco le estoy viendo mucha.
Really, really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
And that's a pretty nice chunky combo.
And now you have the axe.
Revienta mucho lo del hacha en el suelo, eh.
When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam, now.
Pero eso quiero ver más utilidades del hacha.
Neat.
Now here's the interesting thing. When you are on the axe, it is an overhead low,
Okay.
which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also
Overhead y low.
this down, do this.
And
Combo
that's like
after.
a quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down,
Hostia, no puedes parar eso, eh. También te digo, es muy difícil que una persona se quede encima del puto hacha, eh.
so a lot of really cool stuff.
O sea, analizándolo en plan combate real, como no sé si en la esquina.
In the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are as my opponent near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have, kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and you
Yes.
can use it, establish the axe on the screen, and they're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up.
Eso revienta muchísimo, eh.
Stuff like that.
And it's super cool.
140,
Also,
coño.
like he also, has just pick stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the knee into power strike is huge.
Right.
Right. Really important. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I do want to show some stuff with Motaro.
Okay.
So Motaro has a couple things you can use. Now, obviously, I'm a big guy. Projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can pull them out, walk behind it. You don't want to be throwing
Wow.
That's so
that will
good.
reflect. And I'm
Hostia, lo que
walking
dura eso, eh.
with that.
I love that, that's a way to call back to his thick reflect skin from
Right.
MK3.
And now you're a little confused. What do you do? Boom, you're
Nice.
He also has this turret he can do. Will shoot 3 shots at you. Has a low one too. He can do that.
Hostia.
Now here is something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Dios.
Okay.
Maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not. But you can move around the battlefield quicker as
Right.
General Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport.
Ala, y con Bea.
Do a
True
combo.
combo.
It's a true combo. So now you have to worry about this, and you have to worry about something like this. Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the full thing too. You can do like
What a cool example
Madre
of one of
mía.
the favorite things about the Camu system. It
Right.
allows you to break the rules and restrictions of your roster.
and I
character.
think that's why I love Shao so much is that he breaks the rules
Lo ha hecho
also
tío
with
Baxi.
the knee into power slam. He's
Right.
It's a special into a special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter, with his height meter. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun sort of breaking the meta of what Shao is, just so you can do with that.
And
Really
I think
cool.
it's so neat about the Camu system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses?
Wow.
What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your cameo to turn those weaknesses into
Right.
strengths.
And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people, just as a zoner, just even having this just to get me out of dodge, right?
Right.
Now I'm close again.
Now
and
you're
now
close.
now you don't want to be there. Let's show the. We need to turn.
Es rápido el
Yourself,
maldito teleporte.
1%.
Let's do that real quick. Show the fatal blow.
It's a real good one.
Drops it from the sky.
Dios.
Oh, he's not horsing around.
Oh, well,
Diferentes de Dakira. Parecen diferentes. Ah,
General Shao.
Pretty cool.
Super fun. I've had a really good time playing with them. Just a different style.
No, me quita la cámara ya.
Used to for General Shao, so
Right.
it's been a really
Es que
cool
estamos a gusto
Yeah,
así,
it's
¿eh?
really neat. You know, we also showed Geras having these big brute characters who you might think is like, oh,
Me he tumbado en la
they're
silla.
dead brawlers or whatever. And no, in this game, no, they're not. They're definitely, you know, really interesting, nuanced characters. It's really cool.
Or they can just swing an axe as hard as they want.
Or you could just do back to over and over again and do throws.
Right, and that's also
Right.
a fun way to play. So before we go, Derek's not here, and this hurts so bad. You know that, right? It's time for birthday shout-outs, everybody. I don't mind the birthday shout-outs. It's the horn, really. Here we go. You ready?
I am ready. I'm excited.
Mike Lee,
Oh,
Regina Stefanik,
Ooh, kitties.
Nicolette Mihalka, Brian Evans, Eric Butt, Kingston Lorenzo, Tim Matthews, Liv Nava, Trinier Cole, Brad Fauchot, Brian Arvizu, Cam Lynch, James Bolvin, Ruben Perez, and Chris Bartholomew. Those are your birthday shout-outs for this week.
Bartholomew, Bart Simpson.
Fun stream. Probably,
Yes.
I probably said it was shorter. It probably wasn't that much shorter in
Nope.
the end. But we want to get in here and show you some characters. We'll be back very soon to show you more, hopefully. But before we go, I think we have a fight from QA
We do.
that we would love to show you.
This will
Between
be a fun one.
It's going to be a really cool one. So we'll show you that. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Contra Baraka.
The General and Baraka. This is no nuance needed.
No, these are our two monster brawler guys. They love to fight. They're nasty. So we've got Baraka with Striker
Leaves his blades in the ground, regrows blades. Awesome.
and Shao with Motaro. I have no idea why Striker would be working with Baraka, but you don't always have to follow
Hala.
the lore.
Madre mía, Baraka también está guapo,
Ooh,
Big whiff.
whiffs that overhead.
Power slam.
Madre mía, lo que le va a quitar.
Puts him in the corner. Nope, switches sides.
Now you can, with that move, choose which way you want to go.
Right.
Déu meu.
Oh, big stab, shish kebab. Back to flame and neutral.
Dios.
Jump stop the Baraka. This is very funny.
Yes.
Hala, y le hace un bloqueo perfecto, pero...
Oh, this is gonna be big.
Notice how he had his knee
Madre mía.
with a pop up without the axe in his hand, without any meter.
Forgot to block the second part of that fatal blow, the low. That's tricky. Paid for it.
Joder con Baraka.
All right, let's see. One way to look at it is at least Baraka no longer has his fatal blow. Good jump attack.
Dios.
Throws got him punished.
Toma.
Breaker.
Big break. That was going to put the axe on the ground and lead to some damage.
Dios, mete muchas hostias. Baraka está guapo,
The big hind kick. It's so exciting to see Motaro back. You know, he's a character that makes very, very few appearances. Like, I've always wanted him back. Very exciting.
Dios.
You saw earlier he did the back two twice, but he will do it again.
Yes. Sometimes you got to do it again. The no mix-up, mix-up.
Hostia, la patada aérea que tiene Baraka flipas,
Big overhead.
Very quick overhead when the axe is in the ground.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There could be matchups where it's better to not use your axe as much. Have axeless be the main way you fight if they're a faster
Toma.
character, maybe like a Liu Kang or something. Another breaker. They take 3 bars in this game, and I think one thing a lot of people forget is your cameo has to be available.
And notice when he breaks right in, right before power strike, his axe is staying on the ground.
Dios, ese overhead es mortal,
This is a close one. Oh, really good punish. Gets the turn out. Nice.
¡Hola, qué guapo! Le ha dado justo el proyectil,
That'll be it. Let's see what he's gonna do. This looks dangerous for Baraka.
Uh-oh.
¡Hala! Desmonetizado.
Well, that didn't go well for
Muchas gracias por ver el vídeo y recuerda que puedes dejar tu super ultra mega dino like. También puedes suscribirte si te gusta el canal y además activar la campanita si quieres estar al tanto de todo. Recuerda también que puedes apoyarme todavía más dándole al botón de al lado de suscribirse en donde pone unirse y ahí podrás apoyarme todavía más. Muchas gracias por pasarte y pasa un buen día. ¡Chao!